What is up, New World? Red Bitches Game Master Coaching here, plopping out another New World guide for you guys. Today I wanted to talk about the gear that you get for actually increasing your crafting. This is huge. I just found this out the other day and I was like blown away by it, so I wanted to share this with you guys. So starting out, I just want to show you guys the actual gear itself. I have right now the only set that I've bought, but I'm working on the rest of them, is the Tanner set. And I have a full Tanner set. There's 5 pieces, that's it. It's just the clothing, but each piece gives you 2% added yield to while you're doing leatherworking or while you're doing weaving or woodworking. And then in the February update, they're coming out with a smithing one by getting the tier 3 smelting boxes, because almost each piece I feel is going to go for about 10k per piece. So whenever I'm first crafting with my leatherworking, normally I get 20% on my base one, and then whenever I move into rugged leather, the age tannin, the tier 5 tannin that you use, will put you at 93%. I wanted to show you guys what this looks like after you put on this set, and it goes up to 30%. And then rugged leather ends up going up to 103%. And I was like, well, what the heck is 103%? Am I gonna get like, does it just stop at 100%? What actually happens? So I ended up crafting a ton of these. What happens was, I think I crafted 200 and something, and I ended up getting like 204 extra that I made. So I ended up, I was sitting on like 400 or something of this coarse leather, and it continues to stack too. So once you go up here, it's at 50, whereas it would have been at 40, and then here it's at 23%, which is fairly decent, because I think the highest was like 18 or 15 or something like that. So like these sets are actually gnarly, and especially once you move into this, it's going to give you a 10% where you would have just had a 0% to craft extra, so you can craft an extra one. So every 10 days that you craft these, you're going to get a whole nother 10 set of these. So it's just going to exponentially grow your money. And especially with this February update and the smithing gear and everything like that, I wanted to show you guys these gear sets, so that way you guys are actually prepared for being able to do this, so you can make the most money possible while selling your crafting stuff. Okay, so you got your Tanner stuff. In this, I haven't done a lot of research about this, but there's 2 sets, right? So this is the tier 3 set, which are pretty cheap, and then you get the tier 5 set. So I don't know, it depends on what you're getting and what these prices are at. I've heard that you have a higher chance to get more back or something with the higher tier gloves, but if these are too expensive for you, just get the lower end, because you're still getting the same benefit and it's still going to help you massively. But I wanted to show you guys that's the Tanner set. I also wanted to share with you guys, I'm going to leave a link in the description below of the New World database that you guys can use. You can actually type these items into the search and you'll be able to look up where you get these items. Some of these items you get from monster drops, some of the bosses in Imperial Palace and like just different places over the map. If you guys want to go out and collect these, you will have that information on how to be able to do that. If you have the money to be able to buy these, great, but I just wanted to give you guys that information so you are prepared to do whatever you want to do. So another thing I wanted to share with you guys was that as I've been doing these dungeons, so in Genesis, in Lazarus, you're going to get 3 out of the 4 crafting luck sets. So right now I have pretty much maxed out my skinning set, so I have like 590 plus on everything in my skinning set. I think besides my amulet, because I haven't actually got a new one yet, but everything else is already 590 something on my skinning sets. I've gotten it on my weaving set, I've gotten it, my harvesting set, I've gotten it on my logging set, and I've got it on my mining set. The mining luck set actually comes from, so it comes from Dynasty, but you have to do the mutations to get 600 gear score. So if you guys can actually start doing these dungeons, you're going to be able to get that 600 gear score mining luck sets and the 600 gear score crafting sets. So I wanted to share that with you guys so you had the information on where to get those sets, so you don't just have to buy them as you're grinding for your expertise and you're going through these dungeons. Keep a lookout for those crafting sets, because you will get them in those dungeons. And the next one will be the Weaver set. You got the Weaver's gloves. Some of these are pretty expensive when you think about like just for the price of a piece of armor, but the amount of stuff you're going to get back from doing this is going to be huge. So I would massively suggest going through and grabbing these. Some of these are like super cheap as well, but these are the prices you're going to pay to be able to get this stuff. I would suggest going in here, grabbing this stuff if you're doing any of your crafting. There's the weavers, there is the tanner set, there is the woodworking set as well. The woodworking is a little more expensive, which is kind of crazy because in my server it is the cheapest resource, but that is there. And then there will be a smithing set coming out in the February update. So if you can get into that train and actually start saving up those aptitude boxes, are those tier 3 aptitude boxes for smithing, you have a chance at getting the smithing set, and then you will be able to smell those. If you get extras of those smithing sets, say you get 2 gloves, you'll be able to sell those gloves for upwards of 5 to 10k. So the more of those that you get, the more opportunity you have to get those items, and then being able to sell those on the market at first come first serve, you know, so you'll be able to pop those out really quick, so that way you'll be the first one on the market to be able to sell that. So that will make you tons of money. I wanted to share that stuff with you guys. It's going to help you massively with crafting. And yeah, if you guys have found this video helpful, please leave a like. And if you guys want to catch future content like this, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.